What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's the almighty DJ CJ Flash back with a brand new episode of I Remember That Song. Brand new episode. A lot of good music in store for you. We're going to have some real big fun tonight. We always have fun, but tonight it's something special. Special to me and special to a whole lot of you. So let me introduce our host, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Dove.
CJ, my man, how you doing, my brother?
I'm fine. How you?
I know you're excited because this is your show, man. Believe me, folks, there's no bigger fan of Earth, Wind, and Fire than Christopher Jordan, a.k.a. CJ Flash. Am I right?
You're very close to being right.
Okay, now, did you want to show us something first, or you want me to introduce everybody first?
No, you can introduce everybody, and then
let's bring in the rest of everybody that are big fans of Earth, Wind, and Fire as well. Everybody's adjusting in their seat there, so we'll start at the lady who's waving at us right now. That is Ryan Nicole. She's wearing her autumn colors. Hi, Ryan.
Yes, hi. I'm giving you Professor Fabulous right now.
Okay,
how you doing? I'm giving
and
you
the earrings are dangerous.
At least two pair.
You know, at least two pair. They are dangerous. They're actually pulling my lobes pretty, they're heavy. So
okay.
by the end of this night, I'm gonna be done with them. You hear?
Okay, well they look good now.
She'll be an aborigine by the end of the show.
So, okay, Russell Gatewood, since you put in the first zinger of the night, let's say hello to Russell Gatewood. He's one half of the world famous, and he's just like minutes ago, folks. He had no electricity. He was out there cranking that battery thing like that, and
he didn't pay that bill.
Just minutes ago, it was.
Yeah. And so what I told him was that God likes IRTS Live, and that's why you're here right now. Thank you, Russ.
Yes.
Tracy
good.
Anderson is the CEO of Plush Life Media. How you doing, Tracy?
I am doing well. I'm so happy to see all of your beautiful faces. You know what I'm saying?
Yours too.
I definitely want to have fun. I have some
Tracy,
jokes
you
on
coming in
standby.
stereo right now.
You got some
Am I in
jokes on standby?
stereo?
Yeah. Not stereo, but it sounds good. Your voice sounds good.
Yeah, you weren't in Teddy Riley. You were in Janet Jackson's stereo.
Oh,
Yeah, you
let's
did.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Right. And like I said before, the star of tonight's show, Mr. CJ Flash, is the other half of the world famous. He's the music director of IRTS Live. CJ.
yes, sir.
Take us on this journey, and just remember, we don't all know as many of them as you do, so don't be playing that.
I'm gonna play stuff.
Cut number 13 on that album that came back in '82, because we won't know. We won't know.
That was raised.
A lot of people in the VIP lounge are looking forward to this show, so let's give them some fun. All right,
let's give them some fun.
Go ahead, brother. Let's go with you first.
So let's start the show off right. Can we do that?
Let's do
Please.
it.
Give me a close up, Tracy. Thank you.
Presenting the mightiest elements of the universe, guardians of good, earth, wind, and fire.
That's how we started off. Just like that.
All right, CJ.
Just like that.
Wow. I had to take off my glasses to see what kind of witchcraft is.
If we gonna do it,
we can't hear Jay because he's muted. But I will say something.
Yeah,
that is from the Oakland Coliseum and Cow Palace live shows,
Yes.
New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve, 1981, 82.
1981.
Yes,
81.
that's hard to find, Flash.
Yeah.
That's really hard to find, brother.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's very cool. I went to that show by myself at the cow house.
No, get out of
Wow.
Yes, I caught the 28
here.
to the cow house and went to that show by myself with my little money I had from Kentucky Fried Chicken. I went to that
Wow.
show.
Wow.
Well, what I was saying with the Earth, Wind, and Fire show is unlike any other, especially back in the day. The first concert I ever went to, and I told you guys this before, was Earth, Wind, and Fire, The Emotions, and George Benson was the first show I ever went to. So I got a love in my heart for Earth, Wind, and Fire. We're gonna find out about that and a lot more. CJ, what's the first song you're gonna play for us, brother?
Oh, I'm very grateful. So we're going to start off with a little bit of.
Yeah.
Wanna thank you, yeah. Wanna thank you. Wanna thank you, yeah. Wanna thank you.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Tell us the name of that one.
That's Gratitude. That's off the live.
Gratitude off the live album.
Live/studio. They had 3 or 4 or 5 studio tracks on that live album, and that was the title track, Gratitude, on the Gratitude album. How about that?
That was the first time I saw an all-white album cover.
Mm-hmm. All white.
Mine got all kind of fingerprints on it right now. I still got it, but it's not white no more.
Okay. It's off white.
It's off white with ketchup stains on it and stuff.
Oh.
I'm not giving that album up. Boy. I'm not giving it up.
Things.
You know what I love about that album too? There's like was 3 sides of live and 1 side of studio.
Mhm.
And of course, the live part was, I'm sure you'll get into that a little bit later. But
Mhm.
the studio probably gave me one of my favorite songs by then was "Can't Hide Love" on
Mhm.
that studio side. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
all right, well, keep it going, keep it going.
All right.
Running through the brain, we ain't evil things about to say. Better do our body flows where the love nobody knows.
Very early Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's Evil
Mhm.
from the Head to the Sky album. I love that one too.
I think that was
one.
Open Our Eyes album.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
I'm over two.
You
Go ahead.
will be corrected in this show, brother.
Well, yeah, and I want to be.
CJ is going. He gonna have that ruler like the lady in
He's
the
gonna
Catholic school.
No,
That's why
no,
I'm dressed as that for him. So I can-
no.
Neck
That's
nipples.
Open Your Eyes. That's Open
was
Your
it-
Eyes. Okay.
The order of the albums were self-titled Earth, Wind, and Fire album. Second album was Need to Love. Both of them on Warner Brothers, and that was the first incarnation of Earth, Wind, and Fire. The Open Our Eyes album and the Head to the Sky. Head to the Sky was next. I'm sorry. Last Days in Time was number 3, and that was the incarnation with Philip and Larry Dunn and Ronnie Laws played on that album.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is an education for me.
I know. I'm getting
Can I
in.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
So the first 2 albums, or was the first album that had the sister in the group?
Yeah, well, there were two sisters. So the first wave, the Warner Brothers wave, was the Earth, Wind, and Fire self-titled album and Need to Love, and that had Sherry Scott.
Right, Sherry Scott. Okay.
Sherry Scott, and then the later one, which was Last Days in Time, Head to the Sky, that was Jessica Cleaves, and she went on to Parliament Funkadelic Bride of Frankenstein.
Right. So that was the first one on CBS Columbia, or
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. 2 albums on Warner Brothers and all the rest on CBS. And
I'm trying to be here with you,
All
brother.
right,
I'm trying to be here.
got it.
Are we taking notes? We taking notes.
You don't
now,
need
right?
to. You don't need to.
Okay. All right. So I know that the album "Open Your Mind." Was that the one with "Mighty Mighty" on it?
Yes. Open our eyes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There
all
you
right.
go. One.
Gold star for
Now I'm
Jerry.
back. I'm back now. Keep it going, CJ.
This is off the first album, the very first album, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
It's a shame. Flame of love is about to die. Somebody fan the fire. Flame of love is about to die. Somebody fan the fire. Flame of love is about to die. Somebody fan the fire. Flame of love is about to die. Somebody fan the fire. Love is dying today. Somebody fan the fire. Flame of love is dying, I say. We're gonna fan the fire. Come on along.
So when did that one come out? That sounds like some really early 70s, late 60s. Okay.
72, I believe. That was the first album. Very
Right.
first
So that obviously was before they turned into this Mega Man, because that sounds very
Yeah.
almost.
Maurice and Verdine were the 2 that were in the group at the time. And the guy's name, Wade Fleming. Jazz musicians, supposedly.
Mhm.
And I don't think they were just limited to jazz, but they played a lot of jazz. And so that whole group, for those 2 albums, it kind of morphed after that. Maurice decided to go younger, which was smarter because he wanted to play colleges. He wanted to do the stuff that Ramsey Lewis had done with Ramsey Lewis Trio. And so he wanted to make a group that was a little younger, that appealed to had a little younger sound. And that's how he got Philip and Larry and Andrew Woolfolk all came from Denver, Colorado. And then he added other players in, Ronnie Law.
Wow.
Roland Batista. Roland Batista played on the first album too, but he played, and then he ended up leaving the group, and so did Ronnie Laws, and Ronnie went solo, and the rest is history.
Now, what did Maurice do to get to the point where, I mean, you know so many of the people's name in a group of about 10 or 11 artists.
Right.
How do you know so many of their names? I mean, did Maurice do something special to make everybody seem inclusive like that, or what?
You talking about how do I know?
I mean, because a lot of names you said. I mean, I even know Andrew Woolfolk, and it's like normally you would know some of the players, because I don't think he ever got out and sang lead or anything like that.
No. I guess you got to know the band as you listened to the music and read the liner notes and that kind of thing. And we were really into that kind of stuff back then.
Yeah.
You know,
I was hoping you would say liner notes, because I think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Liner notes and pictures with the people and just their name right underneath it, just like we're doing now. See?
Now, what helped me as a kid is very interesting. There were guys on the album cover of That's the Way of the World that looked like guys that I grew up with. Like little kids looked just like these grown. It was crazy. So there were 2 guys, one named Robert and one named, get this, Nimi. That was his name or his nickname. And Nimi looked just like Philip Bailey. And Robert looked like Ralph Johnson. And there was another kid down the block that looked like Larry Dunn. So it was real strange to see that kind of thing. So that's how I got to know all of their names, because I was like, you look just like.
And so y'all dressed up as Earth, Wind, and Fire for Halloween, right?
Y'all were us. Y'all were the cast of us. keep the music going, bro. Keep it going. Here we go.
Ain't it funny that the way you feel shows on your face? And no matter how you try to hide it, states your case. Now I'm proud to bring spirits down to the ground and never let you see the good things all around. Every time I sing a let, I feel this flow. I look right out and the wind won't blow. But that can't make me sad, just can't make me. Whoa, 'cause I've been there before, don't wanna go no more. Let it take me, won't let it drive me mad. Sadness.
On Your Face.
On your face.
Russell, you singing? Talk about that one.
Oh, I was doing the Queen Pen version. I'm sorry, my bad.
The
I
party.
forgot what we was doing. My bad. In a party. On Your Face is a record that it was that album. That, and I argue with a lot of people because everybody has their favorites with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that album was just, it was, that album spoke to me, and it was, On Your Face was one. It was a different sounding song. It didn't sound like anything else on the radio, and when you listen on AM radio with KDIA, it was still full. It sounded big in your car. You know, riding the car with your parents, the sound was bigger than anything else you heard. It was very cool.
And so what album was that one? Was that Spirit?
Spirit album.
That's Spirit. And I argue with people. Some people say All in All. Some people say Gratitude. Some people say Spirit. But that's a testimony to how dope this group really is. You know, everybody has a favorite and nobody's wrong.
Right. Nobody's wrong.
Unless you say Electric Kingdom.
Electric Universe.
Yeah, Electric
you
Universe.
would be wrong. Yeah.
Unless you say
you might be wrong.
Yeah, you might be wrong with that.
In case y'all didn't know, that's an orange cover one for all the people out there. It's an orange one. Speaking of people out there, Tracy, anybody looking at us yet?
Oh,
We're just talking amongst ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. They are coming in. We have Charles, who is a frequent flyer here, and we want to shout you out.
Hello.
Antoinette. Okay, we have Tabitha Aretha Clark. Shout out to you.
Nice.
Angie Clark. Is that your cousin, girl?
What is it? Clark sister?
Derek Tuggle. I believe Derek Tuggle won an award. He won a prize when you did the giveaway. So shout out to Derek Tuggle.
All right, Derek.
Okay, we got Michelle. We see you, Bridget. Okay, all right. We got Shakira. We have Janine.
Shakira.
Yeah. So you guys,
No lie.
like we always do, drop your city, state, drop the country, and all of that good stuff, because we want to make sure you are involved. And if someone is brave enough, maybe they could join us. What do you think about that, Jerry?
I think that's good. I tell you what, since we loved it so much last week, first person that wants to come on, I'm gonna send them a mouse pad.
Yeah.
Whether they want it or not, I'm sending them a mouse pad.
Now, listen, as soon as you
IRTS.
said mouse pad, Jerry, we have somebody popping in from YouTube.
Yeah.
We have somebody, we have people on Facebook, we have people on Twitter, Twitch. So listen, don't be afraid. I'm going to drop it in the comments, the link to get in.
Come on,
and then it's up to you.
get that mouse pad. Well, you got it. I'm gonna send one to all you guys again, whether you want it or not. Russell, I'm bringing yours to your house, Russell. I'm bringing
Give it the ball. We'll have fun with it.
keep the music going, CJ Flash.
See the message in their faces. Tells them what the future brings. Yeah. Fighting in far off places. Yeah. Keeping our souls and minds unclean. Save the children. Keep them mind from being free.
Damn, those horns, man. Those horns. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
How many octaves do you think Philip got?
Oh, 4, maybe?
2 or 3.
Oh,
3 or 4.
Or
He can get down here, and then of course he goes way up like that too. But man,
yeah, his falsetto, and he still sounds great.
he does.
He still sounds great.
Let me tell you something. I've seen
found a
Earth,
way
Wind,
to
and
use
Fire.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen Earth, Wind, and Fire so many times because when I was at Kiss FM, that was like the group for the station. I mean, everything was groove. The first song we ever played at Kiss FM in 1997 was Let's Groove. The street team was the Groove Crew.
Yeah.
Everything, the Groove Newsletter, everything was groove, and Earth, Wind, and Fire. So they came like once or twice a year. So I kind of had to go every time. And let me tell you,
Begrudgingly.
they'll give you a different show in Oakland than they will in San Jose.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They don't always do Reasons in San Jose, but they better do it at the Paramount. They'll do September and Boogie Wonderland and that kind of stuff in San Jose, but they might not do that on Oakland. You know?
I know that's right.
Boogie Wonderland, CJ's favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
Oh, God.
Coming up soon. Coming up soon.
It's not going to get played tonight.
just go ahead and burst their bubble right now. Huh?
I have a question, Flash.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. So the first album, was that what was supposed to be the soundtrack for Sweet Sweetback?
I don't think so. I don't.
So
think
was it was a later recording?
Yeah, I think they did it later.
Okay.
They did it later, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. I haven't talked to anybody along those lines, but I believe they were two separate pieces.
I know Tracy's got Melvin Van Peebles on speed dial.
Yeah. Oh, Melvin.
Melvin. No.
Hey,
Exactly. Oh, Melvin. Ask
you
Melvin.
think he'll know?
Yeah, because I'm drooling.
they did two soundtracks, but they were involved with a few more.
Right.
So they did the Sweetback Badass song soundtrack, and then they did That's the Way of the World, which was actually a movie that didn't do very well.
And Jerry, you can answer this question for everybody because there's always some confusion. What's the difference between a score and a soundtrack? When it comes
A
to
score is just the music that you just like background music, you know, just like violins and little like Stevie's Secret Life of Plants was basically a score, and a soundtrack is a bunch of songs, like it's what they're doing now. So everybody just coming in with different songs and different artists, and that wasn't always the case. I mean, there were people making soundtracks. I mean, all the big composers of Hollywood back in those days, Henry Mancini, remember that name, and all those kind of guys making soundtracks. Burt Bacharach, Hal David, soundtracks,
Yeah. Spike Lee has some of the best scores of like
Terrence Blanchard.
Yeah, Terrence Blanchard.
Yes, Terrence Blanchard.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And his dad.
Yeah.
And his dad.
And Spike's dad.
Yeah, Spike's dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and you know it's a Spike Lee joint when you're doing this,
When everybody's moving.
Yeah,
and the music is going all around you like
you
that.
walk out.
Gotta have a dolly shot.
Yeah. This one.
I want to shout out a few folks that I see here. Alicia Mayo is on the show. Leticia Mahoney is on the show. My cousin Linda Dove from Cleveland is back as well.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, cousin.
Ooh, Cleveland.
Hey, now, come on now. I scared her away last time, so I'm not going to do that this time. So, yay, Cleveland. Yay. 6-3, the Browns. What can we say?
There you
Good for
go.
you.
Congratulations.
All right, let me shout out some sponsors real quick, Tracy.
Okay. Let me get my
So far as you guys know, let you guys know that IRTS Live is brought to you by the United Players. Rudy Corpus is in charge of that over there. It takes a hood to save the hood, and also by Lifelong Medical Care. Say hello to Lucinda Bazell. They're offering high quality health, dental, and social services to all ages and incomes. And if you would like to join us as a sponsor, email me at info@irtsshow.com. I'll send you all the information you need. I'm working on a few folks right now that hopefully we can lock in the next couple of weeks and add to that. So yes. CJ, keep it. Yeah, well, go ahead, CJ. You had your hand raised.
No. I was crossing my fingers.
Oh, okay.
We actually have someone here who has joined us, a mystery person.
Let me get my mouse pad ready. Let's go.
All right,
I told you.
listen.
That's all it took. Was a mouse pad.
And
We getting boom bombed up in here.
so we're going to let you in, sir.
All right, behave yourself.
Everyone must be respectful and don't curse.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hi guys,
Hey.
how are you doing?
We're
good. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Rahul Bajaj. I'm from Northern Virginia, and
Hey.
hi, nice to meet you all. And I've been enjoying listening to this live, so I just thought maybe just to chime in and see what you guys are talking about. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Appreciate that. I
amazing.
appreciate that, man. Have you seen the show before?
Actually, this is my first time. I was on. Actually, I saw. I believe your name is Tracy. Yeah, Tracy. I think you on the Kenny Burns show. So I was on live with him earlier. So I've just been getting to know Kenny and everyone else on the live. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice. Well, what do you do, Rahul? You're a big music guy. What do you do?
Yeah, actually, I've had a passion for the music, space, like the entertainment space for a while, and I actually have experience with mobile apps. I work for a company called Xmode here in Virginia, so we develop mobile apps. And I don't know if you guys have heard of an app called Drunk Mode, but it's a party safety and friend lookout app which prevents people from drunk dialing. And
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I wish I could have that. Russ,
Russ said he's trying to download it.
Oh.
Trying to download it right now.
yeah,
What
no,
was the name of that one, please?
yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
repeat the name of the app?
Yes,
We need
yeah.
you guys as sponsors.
Yeah. Raul just
Yeah.
came on here to drop his client name and all like that.
Yeah, it's called
Right.
Drunk Mode, and so actually we started with 10,000 users, and we built that over up to 2.5 million users within
Wow.
a span of 2 years.
A lot of
All
drunk people out there.
Yeah, I guess, man. Huh.
Well,
Yeah,
hang
thank you.
out with us, listen to some music, and we're
Do you
so
know? Yeah. Do you know Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Sorry, you said what? Sorry, I didn't.
You know the songs of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Are you familiar?
I think so. I think I've heard of that before. Yeah,
Okay. Well, we're gonna hear some good music here. Let's go, CJ.
nice. And
Well,
also,
I came up
you
in
might,
Memphis, Tennessee, and there was a wide range of music that I would listen to. Memphis was a melting pot with so many rural performers coming from rural areas. But we kind of fused together jazz and blues and all the different type of music that was available to us. So it's hard to characterize. It's hard to say exactly what type of music it was because it had all different type of roots.
A little bit of off the cuff Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes. Big step, giant steps. Yeah.
Nice. Now, is that Andrew Woolfolk on that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. That's them playing Coltrane, yeah?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's
I'm
giant
very,
steps. I mean,
very close to Coltrane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very
Nice.
nice.
You got the video working, and look at you, CJ.
Oh, CJ?
They didn't
Come
come
on
play.
with it.
We're doing a little something. That was called
Okay.
Spasmodic Movements off of the Open Our Eyes album.
Oh, you know what? I have heard that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my Spotify right now.
This show is, for those who don't know, this show is Shazam proof. Good luck trying to find some of the stuff that he's coming up with.
For real.
Wow.
I'm going to have to just go to the house, go to my dad's house and dig through the vinyl.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it right there.
Nice.
All right, keep it going, CJ.
All right, I got something for
He
you.
said that wasn't good enough for you? You don't want that to marinate?
There you go. Trying to get to the meat. Trying to get to the meat.
Saw it in a store one day. Thought it might make me play future music all for you. See me through my hardest times. Thought it was about time to open up a new world just for you. Feels all my needs. Gave me the key. Doors open for me to see. Been around the world. Touching all the boys and girls with a new love to make them free.
Got that kalimba thing like that? Yeah.
That's to teach you how to text.
Mm.
You know, the kalimba was an
That was,
ancient
Kalimba was the African two-way.
text. That's right.
Mm. Look here. I hear my wife laughing upstairs. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I was sitting here, this laugh coming from down upstairs. Kalimba. See, here's one thing about Earth, Wind, and Fire. How could you, in the world of pigeonholing artists and all like that, what kind of a group would you call them? They weren't a funk group. They weren't a dance group. They weren't necessarily. That's not necessarily true R&B. How would you? Did they have their own lane and anybody come up behind them or what?
They never stuck to one genre. It was never just funk. It was never just jazz. It was never Brazilian, Afro. It was all of it, but none of it. It was just music.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
One thing
Just music. It's music.
I thought of it as soul music. Now I will say this: when I first went to a show, first Earth, Wind, and Fire show, I came from a capsule. I came from the hood, and I just had my space. I had my school, and I had my neighborhood, and I had my church. And then I went to an Earth, Wind, and Fire show, and I saw all these different looking people at this show enjoying what I enjoyed, particularly Asians. Asian Americans there was more, I would say it was as many Asian Americans there as there were African Americans there. And it blew me away. Like, wow, they like what I like. And a lot of the music that they would come out with, because it was so good and so powerful, and everybody took to it, then they decided to put a stamp on it, calling it pop music, but it wasn't pop music. It was just popular music.
Yeah.
You know,
You didn't get poppy until
you never see Helen Reddy opening up for Earth, Wind, and Fire. It wasn't happening. Wasn't happening.
Rest in peace, Helen Reddy. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I am woman.
Hear me roar.
Yeah, I'm with Helen.
But she would never open for EWF.
They didn't get poppy until they got to Boogie Wonderland and even September and that kind of thing. But let's do this. Hey, bro, do me a favor. Thank you for popping in. Give me your address. I'm going to send you the mouse pad again, whether you want it or not. So pop your address in the chat there, and I'll send that to you tomorrow. And then we see your messages. We'll talk to you offline. Okay. Put your number in there, whatever you need us to know. Okay.
Definitely.
Thanks for coming in, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Say hello to the East Coast. You got snow back there? You all right?
Yeah, it's pretty windy here, but no snow yet. But hopefully soon we'll have some snow. So yeah,
you can have that. We're good in the Bay Area. We don't like snow in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
that would be weird.
Yeah, Mike.
Thanks for popping in, man. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you, Raul.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. What else we got, CJ? I love that. That's when Earth, Wind, and Fire found their stride right about there. That's when they started getting some attention.
Yeah.
That song was jamming. I remember singing that one on Soul Train and everybody dancing to that. That sounds like 10, 11 people just jamming, man.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I heard an interview with Larry Dunn. I guess he did it a couple of years ago. And he talked about how that song would have been much bigger had the record companies, the radio stations not sabotaged it. They were telling Maurice and telling the record company that they refused to play the song because they felt it was racist.
Wow.
Interesting.
We are people
of the mighty.
People of the mighty people of the sun. In our heart lies all the answers from the truth you can't run from. And then Maurice's rebuttal was, I don't know if they know or the last time they checked, but the sun shines on everybody.
Yeah.
So that's nice, but I don't know about all that. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on this melanin right quick.
I would say, I feel you too.
No, really, Earth, Wind, and Fire is another band that I kind of grew up listening to. That my father always had playing in the background. It was part of the soundtrack of my growing up, and I learned about the power of melanin, the power of blackness, kind of the metaphysical lessons that Earth, Wind, and Fire were teaching through their records, between them and Fly. and and definitely some James and Nina. I really got a strong sense of my Blackness and why that was beautiful and glorious, and I didn't have any questions about it. And that's the way a young person should grow up,
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I love that.
I agree.
And it's got a nice beat.
Well, and that part. And you can dance to it.
It's always good when you can get a message that people can dance to. And they don't know
Yes.
that they're dancing to it, but they're getting all that into their head. They don't even know.
And you can sing along.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't hit any of the notes they hit,
No,
you
you don't
still
want
sing along. Although I did hear Tracy hit a cool note. I don't know which note it was, but I did hear her note.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's a K major. That was a K major.
I think I did a Drew
Major. Okay.
She got octaves and range and whatnot. Okay.
I think I just did a Drew Brees and cracked about 5 ribs just now listening to that. Ouch. Keep it going, CJ. You roll it.
I love what
go
she
ahead,
said
go ahead.
in terms of it caused her to want to research more about our people.
Yeah.
And I really do hope that we get more music like that to spark that interest of pride and furthering our knowledge about our history.
There's something funny though, Ryan, to tie in what you're saying. I would listen to what it went both ways. I would read comic books and I would listen to their music and I could hear the science in both, and it would make me understand a little bit more of what they were talking about. It was crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Nice. It's all the same as Afrofuturism, and they were
exactly,
kind of the preeminent leaders of Afrofuturism, certainly in the music.
Yeah.
Shout out to Afro Comic Con.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Jerry, did you ever see them come down in the pyramid and all of that on the stage?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, like I told you, the first show I saw was them in Fresno, and I told you I was doing time in Fresno. But the first show was outdoors, so they couldn't do it there. But I saw them inside the Stellan Arena in Fresno, and it was kind of like the opening that CJ played there for us a little while ago. And there was a spaceship that was coming down. They had one time when Verdine was levitating and playing his bass sideways. And CJ can tell a story about how they did that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had guys just dancing all over the stage. They always wore those different types of clothing, different types of clothing.
Tights.
But they were a spectacle to see them, and that carried on for many, many years. I think I saw them with Maurice at least 6 or 7 times, and then I saw them after Maurice stopped touring with them another, like I was saying, 15, 20 times. I don't know. That might be the one artist I've seen more than anybody else that I've ever seen in my life, but they got some great music, and the band is so tight, and they always put on a good show. CJ, tell them about that levitation bit.
So I talked with, and we've worked with Earth, Wind, and Fire over the years. We've been very, very fortunate, but this was, later Earth, Wind, and Fire was just Ralph and Verdine and Philip, and we did a show with them at the Masonic, I believe. Was it, Russ? And I talked to Ralph Johnson backstage, and I said, okay, you got to tell me about this levitating drum kit. And he said, okay. So what it was his drums were set on a platform on a scissor lift. And of course the scissor lift was hidden. You couldn't see it because it was an illusion. And they would turn the scissor lift upside down as his drums would go upside down. And of course he would still be on the drums playing. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Yep, good stuff.
Rendered us speechless.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We're like, okay. Also want to shout out Janice Edwards is watching us tonight. And she said, tell you guys hello.
Hey,
Jeff Sanders love the Afro-futurism come through, Ryan, as you said. Denise West is with us. Shell Bay is with us. We got them coming in.
There it is. Wakanda forever. We see.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
North Carolina is in the building tonight.
Kakalak.
North Kakalaka.
Listen, they're flooding the comments right now. We're getting some reactions.
That's love.
And look, we have some people with a lot of knowledge in the comments, but are you scared to come on or no? So we want to
You can get a mouse pad out of it. Come on now.
Come on, get your mouse
Don't scare them away.
I want them to have these mouse pads. I paid all the damn
We're
money for
sitting
them.
on 500 copies. Yes.
I can't write them off if I still
like
got them. I
literally
can't write
sitting
it
on them
off.
right now.
He needs to get away.
Okay, check it out. We have IRTS oven mitts. IRTS oven mitts that we are giving away today. You need
Man,
these.
what am I laughing for? That's not right.
And also they double as the hot pass. So when you put
Right.
your Thanksgiving meal on the table, you need the IRTS.
See,
There,
it's timely. It's timely.
I'm working out.
There it
Multi-purpose. Multi-purpose.
Oh, no. CJ, play that song, CJ.
I got you covered.
Isaac Hayes came out of the same high
Here
school.
we go.
White. He would become, along with David Porter, one of the great songwriters of the 60s at Stax Records.
So at a very young age, Maurice and I were singing together in a little gospel group at Rose Hill Baptist Church, which was in Memphis. I was at that time learning a lot about music, and ultimately ended up by high school playing drums in our little high school talent shows.
Nice, CJ.
Yes.
Wow.
CJ, I love these elements, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. You know you didn't raise the bar.
What they need is they needed water. I'm the water of the earth, wind, fire.
There it is. I was wondering. And that's a tribute to Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's called Sugar Water Purple. Sugar Water
Purple?
No, I'm lying. Come on, y'all. It's called Good Great
You had
Drink.
me going. I'm like, wow.
You just talked all over the song. Can the man play the song? Y'all talked over the whole damn
She said
song.
Sugar Water Purple. We had to stop and see what that was about. I'm like, what?
They got thirsty. You see?
CJ, can you play that song again, please?
Sorry, CJ.
You want me to start from the top, all the way from the top?
That
No,
was
just the
sacrilegious.
song.
What does it take to show an illustration of the hurt and the pain of a nation? One glowing look upon a ragged canvas, tell the story of a past and a present situation. That old bush just keeps on burning. Just keeps on burning. Shares the hope of future learning. Nobody sees the show and learning. That old bush just keeps on burning. I wonder, will we ever feel the flame? Yeah.
So that's that church.
Yes.
That is that church.
The church.
You're right. I'm repenting. I'm repenting for talking during that. My bad.
that's all right.
I just realized with that video that Maurice was born as Sherman Hemsley. He had his head when he looked in here. I just realized because usually you show pictures of kids, but he was like, I don't feel too bad.
Okay, cool. You going to hell with me. All right, let's go, Russ.
Look,
Bye, y'all.
we're going to hell.
Let's go.
Right here.
Right here.
He was born way before Jordan came out with made bald head cool. So let it go, bro. Just somebody gotta let it go. Bro.
It just hit me though. I wasn't ready for it. I'm sorry.
Right.
My bad.
And so in the last
My bad.
90 seconds, we've had Sugar Water Purple and Sherman Hemsley. Y'all, calm it down.
I'm done.
All right.
Burning Bush.
Burning Bush. Go ahead, CJ.
Burning Bush.
CJ, help us.
Spirit album, one of my favorites, not my absolute favorite. I hate to pick one, but I think I have to pick one. And I'll tell you about it in just a second.
Oh.
But that track and that whole album, halfway through it, unfortunately, we lost Charles Stepney, and they had to push through it, and they soldiered through it, as they say, and they came up with an incredible masterpiece. I feel like Spirit is an absolute masterpiece. But then after that, All in All was just them digging down deep and saying, okay, it's all or nothing. We're getting ready to leave it on the court. It was the Bulls dynasty is all in all. That's it.
I
And
hear
in case
that.
people didn't know, Charles Stepney was a big producer with Earth, Wind, and Fire and many other groups back in the day there. So big part of their sound early on.
So would you say All in All is your favorite, CJ?
Yeah, I would say so. I
Okay.
would say so. You know what? And I think it's a lot of other guys in the band's favorite too.
It had a lot of hits on it. I think I posted that one in the lounge the other day, and there's like 4 or 5 songs on there right off the top that are very memorable, you know. So I like Spirit too because my song is Getaway.
Yeah.
But you're right, you know, they were in their peak during that whole Stevie Wonder time when they had 3, 4, 5, 6 albums in a row. They just all went like triple platinum and made crazy money, started winning Grammys and all that kind of stuff. And they became the Earth, Wind, and Fire we know and love today.
That's an album argument like the Low End Theory and
Waters,
Fear of a Nation, and you know, it's just
Nation, yes.
So, I just mix them up because I can't decide whether it's Fear of a Black Planet or It Takes a Nation. So Fear of a Nation
makes total sense to me.
Yes.
You drinking that purple water? What's wrong with you, man?
Sugar water purple.
Sugar water purple.
Sugar water, whatever it was.
Sugar water purple.
Writing it down.
Yes.
For the next joke, I'll have it right next time.
I live in East Oakland. They sell it on every corner around here. All right.
And in the summertime, they freeze it.
Like UGAH, is that sugar? Sugar?
No,
like
no
that,
H,
right?
no H.
No, just an A.
It's sugar, like timer.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, happy birthday, E40.
Happy birthday, 40.
Yeah.
We love you.
See?
In case you're just tuning in and wonder what we're talking about, because we're talking about a whole lot of stuff, it'd be hard to figure it out. Tonight's show of IRTS Live is all about Earth, Wind, and Fire, and it's starring our musical director, Mr. CJ Flash, because he is the biggest Earth, Wind, and Fire fan that I know. And he's killing it so far in the first 45 minutes or so. CJ, keep it going, please.
Okay, I'm having an 8-track moment. Is that all right?
Yeah, okay.
You.
Watch this.
Jupiter, and then listen, that kalimba. Let's go back to that kalimba for a quick second. Has anybody ever picked, Ryan, you're the musician person, have you ever picked one up, a kalimba?
I actually have. My dad had a couple. So we had a piano, and then my dad had like a small brown one. And so to learn the keys and the notes, that's what we would play, you know, just to kind of hear a different instrument play, you know, play the keys and the notes. And it was a perfect sound. My dad plays guitar, so it was a perfect sound between guitar and piano, which is what I was learning at the time.
All right. All right. DJ, you got a kalimba?
Yes, my father had all kinds of stuff, and a kalimba was definitely one of them. And I actually tried to play it. but it wasn't tuned right. And I think Maurice had a wider spectrum. I think we might have had 6 plugs, six. So I was trying to make the sound and I couldn't. I was frustrated, but I tried it. I definitely tried it. He made you want to pick up a kalimba.
Indeed.
He did.
Indeed.
Now I've seen Stevie play something that looks like, but he does it with his hands like this.
Yeah.
It's like a new version of a kalimba. Is that the updated version?
Clavinet. It's like a mix between a clavinet and a kalimba. Yeah, it's a synth thing. Yeah, it's tight. I've seen him play it too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I did not have one. I used to turn my abacus to the side and pretend it was.
Okay.
Playing with the beads.
Okay. All right, everybody. Russell Gaywood is officially warmed up, everybody. And look who's in here now. D minor
Hey.
What's up, D?
How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on, people?
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I was just man, you know, I'm listening to CJ, I'm listening to Ryan, Tracy, Russ, Dove. I'm like, man, I'm CJ, you giving us the business on the music, man.
I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't me, man. It's the elements. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just a vessel.
Yeah, well, you are the element. You the water, right?
Water.
Yeah, I'll be the water.
Yeah,
Be water, my friend.
He's the purple drink. Is that it?
I'm purple drink.
That's still not it?
You got it right. You got it right.
Well, D, I know you're a big music fan. So tell us a quick memory or a quick thought you have about Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Ooh, oh, okay. Growing up, I grew up on it, and I used to go through my father's records, and I tell you, I mean, he had the Last Days and Times to the Faces album, which is an underrated album from them. I actually had that in my stack, and those are some of the albums that I came up on, and that got me through like good times, bad times, you name it. Yeah. My middle name is Maurice. Okay. So so that's how much my parents loved Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Maurice Minor.
So to follow up on what Russell was saying earlier, when you're in the 4th grade, did you have that little did people tease you and say you look like Maurice White's son or something like that?
Okay. I know you're looking at
it. I didn't say it. No, he said it.
Okay. Well, let's just say this. My mom was attracted to my dad because she thought he might have been a Maurice White relative.
Bam.
Okay. All right.
And when she found out he wasn't, it was too late, right?
Wow.
23.
You were already
9 months later, yeah.
You were already here.
You know, and Dove, I know you're talking about my hair because you know
I'm not.
You know, my hair running away from me.
Me, the man wasn't even on when I was talking. How you gonna throw that up?
But he was listening. I was
listening.
You were clutching your pearls the whole time, Russ.
His mama thought he was related to Verdine White, not Maurice White, bro. Blame me.
Listen, you better get that D-minor. I don't know.
All right, but let me ask you this, CJ. Did Maurice and Philip, were they the only two that sang lead on the show?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I discovered that I discovered it a while ago, but I also heard Philip confirm it on the Questlove podcast, Questlove Supreme, and Philip talked about how he and Maurice were the only 2 vocalists. So yeah.
Okay.
So
I got a piece of trivia for you, CJ.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Maurice has a child.
He has a son.
Damien Minor.
And he has a daughter.
Okay.
Damien Minor.
I never know his name.
I heard you, Russ. I'm sorry.
I heard you too. Trying to skip over that.
We're trying to get past it, bro.
Yes. What did you know he had a son? He had a daughter?
I didn't know he had a daughter. I met his son when we did the Masonic.
All right. Well, I feel really good now. I just trumped you on that. Or
you did.
that.
I had no idea he had a daughter.
Yes, he has a daughter. Her name is Monica Blair. She is a brilliant singer. She played for a band called the Platinum Pipers. She has her own
I
project.
love
She
them.
sang
You
with
know
them.
them?
Yeah.
She sang with
Get out
them.
of here.
Yep, and she's a beast. She's out of Detroit. She's crazy, man.
Get
Indeed.
Monica Blair.
Indeed.
Wow.
Okay.
Maurice,
You can find that project, and if I can find it, it's somewhere in my
Oh,
archives.
I have plenty of it. CJ, I'll give it to you.
and I have some platinum.
Yeah,
stuff.
Not just Triple P. She got her own solo project.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah.
That's dope. Monica Blair.
Monica Blair with an E at the end of Blair.
Love it.
Is she here in the Bay Area?
She's in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Indeed.
See?
Thank you for that.
You
Thank
not only get jokes and things like that, you get education on the IRTS Live. We love you for that one.
Yeah.
Gold
Love you
star
for that.
for Ryan.
Yes, indeed,
Thank
do.
you. I'm
Keep
done.
it going,
Now I'm gonna
CJ
sign
Flash.
out.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Jerry, this is for you.
Okay.
So you say you try, but you just can't find the pleasure. People around you giving you pressure. Try to resist all the hate that's all around you. If you taste it, it will hug you. So come, take me by the hand. We'll leave this trouble behind. Yeah. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, no, we can't.
All right, all right. You know what? I love that song. Now, if you came down from another planet and somebody said to you, okay, tell me about this Earth, Wind, and Fire, what they all about, that's the song I would play. The power of the bass, the horns are so Philip's vocals are soaring, and if you get to the break, and then we can't play it all like that, but the break was in da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, that is the power of Earth, Wind, and Fire. That song from the very get is just power and fury and driving and singing and just people losing their damn minds. Like I'm doing
Good
all I got
call.
to say.
Tracy, the horns on that song, you can't even whistle that.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't even whistle.
Yeah.
Power, like Jerry said, power. And the horn section, I mean, they just, I remember other artists borrowing them.
Yeah.
You know?
Michael Jackson.
I mean, they were so sought after, you know, just as musicians, and it's so rare that you'll find a whole band where people are just plucking this one and that one and this one, you know, they're just amazingly gifted people.
Yeah.
They had different names for the horns. Didn't they have like two different names of the horn section?
Well,
Sugar Water Purple.
You know what, Brian? You're gonna get the sugars. You better be.
You know?
Kool-Aid Man theme song.
Get them sugars.
It was what was it now?
Phoenix horns.
Phoenix horns, and then something else. I thought.
You know, it might have been Tom 84. He did his thing with them, but I don't know that. I don't.
But Phoenix
Seawind
Horns
Seawind Horns played, and Phoenix Horns. So Seawind Horns, Phoenix Horns.
Nice.
Yeah, that was it. Though.
Yeah,
That was it.
Parliament Funkadelic's horn section was called
The Horny Horns.
Horny Horns. And did the Commodores have a
Horn
name
section.
for their horn section?
I don't
No.
think so.
Fancy
they didn't.
dancer. Yeah.
Big
I saw
West-
them too.
Rest in peace.
The Commodore. Let me tell you this real quick. The
What
Commodores,
did you just sing though? That
fancy dancer.
now.
That was Lionel Richie. Fancy dancer.
No, that was Lionel. That was
Lionel.
Lionel.
That was back when he had soul. We was singing
like-
where you couldn't really understand him, you know. So
Lionel Richie and Lionel Jefferson.
yes.
The
Yes.
first Lionel Jefferson.
Commodores were the first show I ever went to, and you know how they throw stuff out in the audience.
Uh-huh.
First time I ever caught something from somebody in the audience. I caught a frisbee from the Commodores.
They threw a frisbee.
They were throwing frisbees all over the place. This is way back
You
before.
get hit in your teeth.
Well, that was back before OSHA, and all that kind of stuff. They were giving us bottles of, you know, and it's way back before all that stuff. But yeah, got a frisbee. Got a frisbee.
Going frisbee. Wow. Wow.
Yes.
That's deep.
And I'm sure that I'm sure that girl that I stole it from kind of regrets it to this day. But anyway,
rest in peace, B. Lloyd Taylor. That's the brother that brought Getaway to Maurice.
Yes.
Through Verdine, I believe. It went through Verdine and
Verdine killed it on that too, man. He was carrying that bass.
Yeah.
Scaring. Yeah. All right. Keep it going, brother. Keep it going.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be, what you can truly be.
Bennett, Shining Star from 1975. That's the way of the world.
Again, I'll go back to an interview that I watched with Larry Dunn, and he told a story about Shining Star that was very, very moving to me. I thought it was very interesting, and I had no idea about this, but he created a band called the Larry Dunn Orchestra, and they played all over the place, played in Europe, but they played here in the States as well, and they did a show in LA. Apparently Larry called Stevie Stevie called Larry and told him how much on that album that he liked his rendition of Reasons, because he did a version of Reasons. It was incredible version of Reasons. I love it. And so they talked, and then Larry apparently invited Stevie to one of the shows. But he called him and the call didn't go through, I guess, and Stevie never answered. He ended up showing up to the show. Stevie Wonder was in the building.
Nice.
And he sat in for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. 45 minutes he sat in, and then he stops the show. He's like, okay, Larry, I want to play Shining Star. And Larry was like, well, we already played Shining Star. And he was like, no, you don't understand. So he starts telling the story about what Shining Star meant to him. He was like, I immediately, as soon as I heard the song, I went and wrote the following song, and then he started playing the bass line to I Wish.
Nice.
Yep.
And it makes total sense if you listen to both of them.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's incredible. You never know who's listening.
That's
nice.
Right. You never know who's listening.
That is right. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Keep that music on, brother.
I got one for you. This is just for you, Russ.
Hey.
You in East Oakland.
Heavenly sunshine, only you can stop the rain. Pouring in my heart and causing tears of pain. All of your feeling seems to make me glow. Like heavenly sunshine makes the flowers grow. Ooh, oh Lord, you're my sunshine. Loving you is my dream. When I'm with you, I get bluebells ring, and the beauty only you can bring. Keep it smiling, away memories of a life with you. Baby, I'm the one who wanna live you to your shining star.
Another one from the Gratitude album. Philip Bailey again. Sounded so good. Wouldn't you agree?
Shout out to Richie Rich.
Richie
Yeah,
Rich.
415 female.
That might answer the question. Jeff Sanders was just asking who sampled that. Was that Richie Rich? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But also, did Arrested Development
Arrested
borrow that
Development,
bass line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that Mr. Wendell?
That was Mr. Wendell.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you go.
Deadline of speech.
That's right.
Again,
All right.
more shoes.
Nice.
I also want to say hi to Dolores Thompson, who was a guest of ours earlier this season. She's
Hey, Dolores.
Dolores.
Also,
Denise
tell
West.
Latisse, that's my song. That's my group name. Don't you go running and making a band. SWP is me. All right.
It's too late. It's too late.
SWP.
It's too late. I just got an internet invitation for a concert, virtual concert.
Russell just put a letter in the mail to himself to put that man's claim on it.
I'm on the air. So somebody beat me to it. I swear I just got something on my phone, an invitation to a virtual concert.
Oh, good copyright. Okay,
Yeah.
Nice.
Sugar Water Purple is opening up for one of these dudes.
For Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Band.
They open up for Earth, Wind, and Fire. That was a good one, CJ. I love that. Love that song. That's the last one on the album, right? The last one on the live. Because I remember it just would fade out, and so you'd be like an hour and a half into Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that one just faded. That means the band was amazing. Just an amazing band. How many times can I say that?
Yeah. Everything about that band was perfect. You know, from the Verdine's bass playing to you having 4 drummers in the band: Philip, Ralph, Maurice, Fred, his brother who came later.
Freddie.
I mean, Freddie. So you had all of the elements there, and and then Al McKay and Johnny Graham, and Al McKay was an incredible writer.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah.
And producer as well.
There was another incredible writer in the band that doesn't get a whole lot of credit, Larry Dunn.
Yeah.
That cat right there, he laid such an etheric foundation with the group, man, and it's just he's unmatched in a lot of respects.
Absolutely.
Totally unmatched. Not to pit him against anybody else, but he was on something completely different. And he took it there. He took Earth, Wind, Fire there.
I do have one problem with the group.
What's that?
When they tried to replace Maurice with the big tall brother.
Oh, Shelton?
Shelton?
Yeah. Well,
he was with him for a long time too, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, he was.
But he took them from the stratosphere to solid gold.
Oh, no, you didn't.
It was not cool.
But that's when they started getting like dancers and stuff too, and that wasn't a good look for them.
It wasn't.
So no,
cool.
you might be right, Russ, because they had dancers and stuff, and it wasn't a good look.
Came kind of Las Vegas-ish.
Yeah, and it only really featured the 3 guys. It just featured Ralph, Maurice, and not Ralph Maurice, but Ralph, Phillip, and Verdine were the only 3 out there with the dancers, and then this guy came in.
And maybe they felt like they needed, because Maurice was he was it.
Yeah, he was.
To not have them be on tour after they've been touring, for 15 years with them.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a huge void gone. So how do you feel it?
And I think the fans were okay with it because apparently the story was that Maurice was okay with him.
Yeah.
He didn't handpick him, but he approved of him being in the group. It just was not. It just
wasn't what
didn't work out for me.
We grew up with Maurice lead and everybody. We grew up with the Elements. We grew up with that.
Yeah, yes, but it wasn't just that. It changed the feel.
Yeah, well,
it changed the feel. It just was. It was a wholesale difference.
Okay.
Even when they played the stuff that Maurice was on, it was just a wholesale difference.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he did. It's hard to follow those shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah,
I think he should have changed his name. Shelton's not a good name for a lead singer in a band.
Tough.
Not real cool. That's not a cool name.
Right.
Gerald.
I go by G.
What it's worth as a musician and singer, lead singer, and playing the guitar at the same time, he did his thing.
Okay.
I was just used to what I was used to.
Right.
No, that makes sense.
And big shoes to fill. Those are big
Huge shoes. Huge shoes.
And we are
It's like-
talking Maurice White.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, but I'm sorry. It's a Rolls Royce with a dent in it. I'm still a fan.
Yeah.
I'm still driving. Yeah.
A Rolls Royce with a dent in it. Okay.
Jerry told you, Russell. He said, call him G.
G.
No,
Not
no.
Gerald.
Look back on those Foundation album covers. It's Gerald.
Oh!
Okay. Okay.
Cherry loves it.
Walk right in there.
Boy.
I thought when you asked me to autograph it for you that's what you wanted, man.
I
But
did, but I only needed it for government
Authentic.
purposes, brother. You'll be getting something in the mail from
Yeah,
IRS.
All right.
Not IRTS, but
Exactly. I also want to shout out Gloria Bailey Ray, who's watching tonight.
All right. Nice.
And my man Travis is out there
What's
as
up,
well.
Trav?
So
Travis, you're a year too late. Travis.
Dean Way is also on. He said Dean Way said Maurice was the heart and soul of the group.
Yes.
You are right, Dean.
Yeah.
now,
Keep
hey,
that music.
we have more spaces available.
Yes, we do. We can go up to 10
We
this
have some
time.
brave souls that want to
have
come
a
up
function.
here and join D Minor. I mean,
Yeah.
don't be scared now.
Like Russell said, I got about 500 of them little mouse pads. We got them,
He's literally sitting on them.
It's that's you know what's so funny about them is it's probably gonna cost me more to mail it than it did to buy it, so
Yeah.
so y'all don't be out of the country or nothing because it's not gonna get lost in the mail if you're out of the country. but yeah, anybody else want to come on in and Damon, I know that you at work and finished with work, so if you gotta go. So we talked about this. You staying late on our account. I don't want you up there just because you think you're doing us a favor. Or put in 8 hours today.
Oh, Uncle Jerry, that's so
Right.
funny.
That's so cool.
Oh.
But when you talk about Earth, Wind, and Fire, though, that just hits home for me. So
All right. Then keep it going, CJ Flash. Keep
I
it
got
going.
you covered. Let's hear from Maurice.
I went to Chicago with intentions of studying to be a doctor. After I started to attend the school, there was a band playing in a room without a drummer. And I passed by the band room and saw it and eased over and sit at the drums and played. And the guys in the band were crazy at it. And I changed my major to music. It's crossroads my whole life.
From the second album entitled The Need to Love. The song is titled Energy. There you go. Little something.
Free jazz.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna challenge each one of you to produce your own show like CJ's doing tonight. So tell us one that you want to do, Ryan, Russell,
Okay.
Tracy, and y'all just run the show like CJ. Tracy, yes, ma'am.
Look, I got my iPad or whatnot. What?
You ready? You gonna
I'm
DJ?
just kidding. CJ Russell got this whole thing on lock with me.
Mhm. Well, you can work with them for playing the music, but you come up with a concept, and he's dipping these videos in and out like that. I mean, this is
love
this
that.
is good. This is really good.
It's,
I already
Yes.
got mine. I want Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Trina.
Wow!
What's
I'm in for that. I love
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm in for that.
Yeah.
I want first row on that
Can
one.
we get some visuals? We got visuals.
We
Visuals.
have visuals.
I
Do
take
we
back
have it?
everything I just said. I take it all back. So
Can't give me
I
this.
did see Meg Thee Stallion on with David Letterman on his show. My next
Your man, my
whatever.
next guest or whatever.
Yeah, he went to her
my
house and did an
knees might
interview.
not be.
with
I'm
Meg
gonna
Thee
let you do the knees.
Okay, I'll do the knees. You do up here. You do up top.
I'm up here.
Okay.
Stallion. Okay, well, and we'll have a conversation then. We'll have a conversation about it.
Thank
CJ, you keep it going on this show though, bro. Go ahead.
All right.
That's my kind of music. It's the sweetest music and the only music for me. Let's get into the mood. Let's get together and groove. Turn down the light, turn down the light. Let's make it right, let's make it Party up, party up.
Yes, that one's a little bit later in the in late 80s or so. That sounds like that.
That was if I'm not mistaken, that was on the Greatest Hits Volume 1. Back here.
Okay.
The best of Earth, Wind and Fire Volume 1. I believe.
September was on that, right?
What's that?
September was on that
Yes.
album, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's September and Got to Get You Into My Life.
Right.
Got to get you into my life, into my life. That
It
was
was
a good one.
performed
though.
on the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts movie.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
There it is. Come on, D.
Another
Peter
sound.
Frampton and the Bee Gees.
Yep.
Peter Frampton. Frampton
Got to
comes
Get
alive.
You In my life, in my life.
Yeah, you might have to get that one in there for us, DJ.
You know I got you covered. You know I got you covered.
I
Okay,
need
then
some
go
slow
for it.
jams though. I need some slow jams.
Yeah, for real, bro.
right.
Come on,
You
man.
ain't said nothing.
All
Air
right,
grab moments.
What is
Big-
high? What is higher?
Hi.
What is learn? What is learning?
Man.
Money.
So you get these slow jams. That's when you have the argument between All in All and Spirit.
Bam.
Because
Ooh.
I write the songs.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's much of an argument, bro.
see now,
Imagination.
bruh, imagination, bro.
Be ever
Come
wonderful.
on now.
Come on. man.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love's Holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it for me right
That's
there.
what I'm saying. I don't know it as much of an argument.
Ah,
Give us one of
you
them. I don't even care. Give us one. Give us one.
yes.
Love's Holiday.
Okay, let me take care of Russ first,
Okay.
and then I'll take care of everybody else. How about
All
Okay.
right.
Is that all right?
Russell,
That's
you
all
spoiled.
right. That's all
I am
right.
spoiled. I am spoiled. I am
Yeah.
spoiled.
Not fair.
Russ is my dude. I gotta take care of him. So
All good.
here's what we'll do.
Magic will come, search my heart. Can you tell me what you see? There's a thousand voices whispering. Something you're the melody.
Just for you, Russ.
So I imagine my heart with you. Feel
I hear you.
it's not hard to conceive. Imagining me, we both can see.
Nice, DJ.
Chills.
Okay, now, Russ, before you start, may I remind you, D minor, that your mic is on, so we heard you when you almost hurt yourself trying to hit that note. So just remember your mic was on.
You
And
pull
then
a
you
hamstring.
cough.
You pull a hamstring.
We heard you. You almost ruined the moment for us, but he powered through. Go ahead, Russ. Talk about that.
Dude, the song, just when I didn't think the song could get any better, then they released an Angels mix of it years later.
Yeah.
That just took you in,
See,
there's no way. It's no way it could get better.
That's the
But
genius.
I hear you. When I listen to the record and I listen to Spirit I think Spirit was the first Earth, Wind and Fire record that I paid for myself.
Yeah.
That's probably why I am so chained to it.
Mhm.
But I do bow down. All in All is a masterpiece.
Yes.
There's no fast forwarding on that record at all.
I agree.
It's side A, turn it over, or if you had a little bit of money in your pocket, auto reverse. Yes, side B just ran straight through. It was, because sometimes Earth, Wind, and Fire's albums, if you weren't grounded, if you weren't in there for the whole ride, sometimes it gets a little preachy for you. Not that record. That record was just a musical journey from beginning to end. And even if you weren't all in, you were all in by the end.
It's definitely the vocals for me. I mean,
Yeah.
the vocal arrangement are off the chain. We have people on Facebook saying 6-part harmony.
Right.
That's not an easy thing to do. So, thank you guys for your comments. You know what I mean? Because that's a very, very key point. 6-part harmony and just the modulation of the vocals. That was masterful.
Yeah.
Are they talking about us or are they talking about Damien? Because he was doing 6 parts by himself.
He did kind of hurt himself a little
Yeah.
bit. He did.
Damien did 6 parts by himself.
I was saying to myself, Tracy, mute his mic. Tracy, mute his mic.
My bad.
Tracy just let it
I was feeling the 6-part harmony. D, good job.
But to piggyback off of Russ and everybody though, the Spirit album and All in All, I kind of liken it to even like a Tribe Called Quest's Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders, what you were saying earlier, Russ. And yeah, I mean, both of those albums, I think you really caught the essence of what Earth, Wind, and Fire was trying to do. From that's the way of the world, Open Our Eyes, like they hit it with that. And what came after that, I Am was great, but All in All and Spirit were just hands down phenomenal.
I'm officially going to bow down, Flash. I will bow down. Okay. I will say it is my favorite, but it's not the greatest.
Okay. However you want to put it, justify with your own self. Everybody has their piece, and that's what makes music so great.
Y'all see how you put me in my place right there? Justify it with your own self.
Yeah.
You can use your own set of facts.
That's like your mother. You can go outside if you want to.
Don't even have to finish that sentence. Like, okay, never mind. Speaking of mothers, Ryan, I see your mama just popped on here. She said, she said, love.
All right.
Hey, love. Let's give some love to Deanna Roberts, who just graduated this weekend.
Yes.
She got her mask.
Yeah. The Aztec, mighty Aztec. Good job.
San Diego State University Masters. Yes.
I love it.
I also want to say hi to Regina Polk that's out there. First time that I've seen her watching the show. So thank you. And Dondria Morgan. Yes.
Hello.
Keep it coming. We got some good folks watching us tonight. It must be the topic. It must be the music. So let's keep that going. Keep it going.
Russ.
Would you mind if I touched, if I kissed, if I held you tight in the morning light? Yeah. Would you mind if I said how I felt tenderly tonight? Again, 'cause I never ever felt this way in my heart before. Oh, love has found its way in my heart. Yeah.
Yes. Get that
I'm in my feelings.
Yes. Go ahead, Russ. Talk about it, Russ.
Man, you keep pushing these Angels mixes in there for me, brother. But on that mix, I don't know if you noticed that they left out Tonight.
Yeah.
It's on that mix. It's where I wonder how that was with the tracking. That's crazy.
Tell us about the Angels mix for those who don't know, like me. What exactly is the Angels mix?
So they came out with some reissues of some of their records, and there was a greatest hits compilation that had maybe 4 discs in it. When we used to have, remember the CD cases that were long, tall boxes,
Mhm.
and they had alternate mixes on that release. And the Angels mix of those 2 songs we just heard were on that. It's hard to find, but of course CJ has it.
Wait, is the cover like brown and
Tan.
I got that.
You
Okay.
need to listen to it.
I'll be right back. No. I know exactly where it is. I got that though.
You
Yeah.
got to listen to the whole thing, bro. You can't just listen to get away and just put it away.
You know what? I'm happy when I do, but you make me happier. I'll
You
find
got to
that.
listen to the whole thing. And
Yes.
the essay in there is outstanding as well. And now I'm talking about writing, and Damien, you can attest to this. If you really want to get into a different look on the band, there's a book called Shining Star, Braving Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's written by local authors Kent and Keith Zimmerman. They do a lot of autobiographies. They did the Sid Vicious autobiography. They did the Sonny Berger, the Hells Angels founder, did their biography. And so they went out to Denver and met with the guys and met with Philip and interviewed just about everybody who in Charles Stephanie's kids. It's a really good book called Shining Star.
Yeah.
Shining Star.
Yeah, I've read that book as well. It's second to none.
Yeah,
Wow.
I learned something.
Nice. Nice.
And Philip has roots here in the Bay Area. Big shout out to Maya. Maya is his niece. Maya went to Berkeley High. Good people. Good.
Which Maya?
Maya Randolph.
Rugrats?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not her.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know a lot of famous people, man. It could have easily Maya could have been. Yeah, it could have been Maya.
Russell, you know TJ is not joking tonight. Okay,
I see. He gave me the gas face.
No
You see
game.
that?
Yeah. No game.
He gave me the gas face.
So work that out with yourself.
You know what? I was trying to, because I said Randolph. That's not her last name. It's Maya Richardson, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was trying to think. I'm sorry. Just
no more jokes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
About what's in the fire.
Please play it on the
What's on the
record.
fire.
Please play it on the record.
I got you, brother.
Yeah, keep
We
it.
can play a record. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, ooh, yeah. You need devotion. You need devotion.
Okay, you got to cut it up.
Listen to drag. Yeah. Ooh, from the roots of Levi. From the roots of Levi, yeah. You need devotion. You need devotion. That's the children. Bless the children. From the roots of Levi. From the roots of Levi. Oh yeah. We want to clap your hands this evening. Come on, y'all. Said it's alright. Clap your hands this evening. Come on, y'all. Said it's alright. Clap your hands this evening. Come on, y'all. Said it's alright. Clap your hands this evening. Come on, y'all. I said it's alright. Clap your hands this evening. Said it's alright. Clap your hands this evening. I said it's alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing out for love today, yeah. Yeah. What can the ladies do this evening? Come on, y'all.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Big flash. I
Yes.
see what you did there. I see what
I'm
you
going to
did
give you
there.
a non-COVID hug next time I see you, boy. A non-COVID infected hug, man. Yes. You.
That guy.
That guy
You
is
did
a
that.
good guy.
You
He
did
should
that.
be like a DJ or something, you know? That was a good job.
Wow,
That's a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I love it when they do that in concert too. That's a great song because everybody knows what's coming.
Right.
You know,
They've had to make that their staple. So that was 75. So every time they do that song, they have that version within, no matter what year it is, they continue to do it similar to that.
I remember seeing when that would be the last show they would play, or last song they would play at their show, and they would kind of march off the stage one at a time. That whole thing, but that was a big one, man. That was a big one.
Nice. You know, I know we're talking about that song, but the last song, I was so in a vibe that I forgot to mention that a good remake of that is by Layla Hathaway. I think she really did a great job of Love Holiday.
Oh, she killed it.
Right. So I was remiss to not mention that, and I want to make sure.
I wanted to mention it too, but you're right.
Layla can remake anything.
She can. She did. Mary had a look.
Yeah. I love Love's Holiday though. That was my song, but it's funny because that song was a response to LTD's Love Ballad. Skip Scarborough had wrote Love Ballad for Earth, Wind and Fire. It was in mind of them, and I believe Maurice passed on it, and so he found out that they made it a hit. So he was like, he wanted Skip to write a song similar to that. So that's how we got Love's Holiday for the 77 album, all in all.
Come on and compete. I love it.
All right.
Come on, D minor.
Yeah.
And they're both great songs. They're both great versions.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to hear it now. I'm trying to hear Maurice instead of Jeffrey now.
I know.
I'm trying to hear it.
No, Jeffrey.
That's why he passed on.
That's my other daddy.
Jeffrey's your twin daddy.
That's your uncle.
You chip off the block for Jeffrey, man.
Maurice Osborne. Your father is Maurice Osborne.
But either way, and that's rare. You know, if either one sang it, it would have been still one of the best songs ever. But Jeffrey did his thing. Go ahead.
But could you hear? I could hear Maurice doing. Well, I don't know. I can't hear Jeffrey doing Love.
I can't hear it. I can't
hear it.
That's why Maurice passed on Love Ballad.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't.
What do you think about George Benson's version of Love Ballad?
Okay, well, tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel then.
It was unnecessary.
It
was unnecessary.
Okay.
God, it was unnecessary. We got a back turn.
I mean, if you like disco, I mean, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, George.
Maurice George. No, Maurice Jeffrey. Maurice Osborne. Maurice Osborne. Keep it going, Christopher Jordan.
Oh, well, Jay, thank you. I appreciate you.
That's the government.
They don't know, Flash.
They will.
Hey, all right. What had happened?
We talk about Skip Scarborough. This is it.
You want my love and you can't deny. You know it's true, but you try to hide. Yeah. You turn down love like a trailer bag. Ow. You can't get what you never had. Yeah. Well, bless your soul, you can fool a few. I know the truth, not so do you. You can't hide. Betcha. Can't hide love, but I bet ya I can't hide. Yeah.
Those horns again. So look, way before Janet was doing all of her little interludes, Earth, Wind, and Fire were doing them little interludes like that one.
Oh, absolutely.
That was great, man. That was great. Now that song, "Can't Hide Love," like I said, that's one of my favorites from Earth, Wind and Fire. And I just found out from doing the IRTS VIP Lounge a couple of months back, I found the original version of that song.
We told
that was made way before Earth, Wind and Fire.
You don't listen.
We told you.
You don't
You don't
listen.
listen to me. You don't listen.
I don't know. You were just saying that.
We told you a couple of years ago.
You told me a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that this was a remix.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the show now, bro. We're supposed to act like there's people that never seen our conversations, and you don't put me out like this is entertainment. This is Hollywood, man. We can't act like we just talking about this and everybody else knows.
Take two.
Yeah, take two.
Right.
Man, I just found out, when I'm in the VIP lounge, that this was not even the original version of this song.
What?
Hey, what?
Cut it out.
Who did it? You can't know. Who did it?
Tell me
I
about
don't remember who did it. I was hoping that's where one of you would pick up. All right, take
I
three.
don't
Take
know.
three.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, see that, according to the news. No, I'm not gonna.
Group called Creative Source. Skip
Wow.
World was a part of that group,
Yes.
and the song was really up tempo. You want my love and you can't deny. Ba, 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 ba. You know it's true and you gotta hide. You got my love, baby. Really up tempo.
Yeah.
And then Maurice, of course, Charles took it. Larry laid the foundation. Larry was beast in that song, and they made it a ballad, which is ridiculous.
It had that
And
70s,
what's
50 dimension
really
kind of
hot-
feel to it.
What's really hot about that is that Masters at Work took the song and took it back almost to its original tempo and made a house classic out of it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to
fire.
I like to hear that. I've never heard.
For all my house heads out there, the Masters at Work, Can't I Love?
Yeah,
it's dope.
Okay.
But that's what I love about Earth, Wind and Fire, though. And you think about it too. At that time, when they were really at the height of their career, you think about it. You had bands like the Isleys, you had Heat Wave, you had the Ohio Players. When I think of You Can't Hide their version, I think of Sugarfoot.
Okay.
And a lot of times I'm hearing it, and so I'm like, wow, like Sweet Sticky Thing, You Can't Hide Love, and they're almost close to each other in a lot of ways. So Maurice, Sugarfoot, and man, it's beautiful just to hear the vocals of Maurice White.
It's funny you say that because there were bands back then, so there was competitive influences.
Yeah.
And when you listen to Brick House, you hear Earth, Wind and Fire. You'll hear the Ohio Players. It was competitive because these bands, they would go out, and they wanted, just like when they before they got signed, they were battling all the bands in their town, and they still had that fire, and they still would go after each other and say, "Oh, I'm gonna take a little bit from that," or they'd even just go ahead and say, "Okay, yo, that was dope." For instance, George Clinton. When George Clinton heard "Dookie Stick" by George Duke, he called Bootsy Collins and said, "Yo, they on your ass, bro."
Yep.
Yeah, these people are bands and musicians, and they love this music, and it was a collaborative battle all the time, and nobody was really. They loved touring together. They loved buying each other's records. Right. They would take pictures, Polaroids and Kodaks at Tower Records, taking pictures of buying each other's records all the time. It was a big. It was not like now. It was not like now at all.
I was going to say that's one of the big things. People always talk about the difference between now and then. It's just like it was a family back then. It was just it wasn't all this competition and dissing records and all that kind of stuff. Just like that was hot. That's hot. Now we got to beat that.
Now, however, Tracy, you can help me out with this, but I do get that feeling in the gospel realm now. I do get a friendly, collaborative momentum in the gospel world. Is that am I out of pocket for that, or is that the case?
I would say definitely in the 70s and 80s and the earlier days. Like rest in peace, Rance Allen. Obviously, we have to pay homage to the beautiful Hawkins family here. Yeah, definitely. I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, now Carmen Torres says that's the best Earth, Wind and Fire song ever. Carmen Torres says
okay,
that.
Carmen. All
Nice,
right.
Carmen.
I'll
Right.
play another recent-ish tribute song or tribute version of that's good is D'Angelo's live version of Can't Buy Love. It's all right. I rocks with it.
The
Yeah.
ballroom, that ballroom recording with Questlove. Yeah.
Crazy.
There's so much music that came out of that voodoo session. It's
Man.
just ridiculous.
Man.
We
He's
miss
always
you,
Love
D.
that album.
Yes.
I know. We do miss you, D. Come back.
Please,
back.
All right, look,
please.
it's 8:46. I'd say we got 10 more minutes so we can be done before 9 o'clock this time. How about that? Yay.
Okay. all right.
So 10 more minutes, EJ. So whatever you think we need to hear in the next 10 minutes,
Oh, man.
you go right ahead, brother.
All right. Let's see.
Starting with this one.
Starting with this one. How about let's hear from Maurice.
Going out on the road with Ramsey, I found out that we used to play a lot of colleges, and all the kids in the college were my age. So Ramsey and them were a little older. So I noticed that there was a void, and so I started having visions of this group that I could create this music for my age group, and music that would have some emotional value to it, spiritual overtones and things of that nature. The name Earth, Wind & Fire came from an astrological chart. Me sitting in the kitchen one day, put the chart out in front of me, and I saw the elements and started to put the elements together. And I had earth in my chart, fire in my chart, and air. And I changed the air to wind, and the rest is history.
At that time, coming up with a name for a band, calling it Earth, Wind, and Fire was totally against the grain. But what a creative stroke it was, because he not only had the name in mind, but he had a concept of what the energy was supposed to imply through the name.
Okay, I'm gonna do something fun here. I've done this before, but I'll hip you guys to what I'm doing in just a second. This is, if you don't know, this is at the end of side 1 or side 2, side 1 of the That's the Way of the World album, all about love. And that's Larry Dunn on the keys, and he stops. And then we do this. Because it was backwards. Some of you guys might know what this is.
Oh.
And if you don't know, listen. Sounds like this.
Yes.
Wow. Nice.
So apparently, during those sessions, Larry played the chord progression to a song. I don't know if it was formed or not. I don't have all that information, but I do know by drawing the lines what actually happened. This Celebrate was on the Gratitude album, and this happened during the session. So maybe they expanded, or Larry said, and I think there's a video out that Larry talked about in a documentary, but apparently they turned the tape over. And so what we hear is the tape being flipped. It's backwards. I had no idea it was backwards. I didn't find out till I've been listening to that for 40 some years, and I didn't go backwards. And then one day I was hanging out with my sister, and we talked about it, and I said, I heard the rumor it was backwards. Let me listen to it. And I listened to it, and I was like, oh, that's Celebrate. He was like, what are you talking about? Wow. No, you don't understand. So I played them back to back like I just did for you, and she lost it. She was like, oh my God.
Wow.
That's a story. That's a story right there. That's a story.
Between Prince and just that you exposed us to, it's not too many musicians that can get away with that and it still be flawless and right in time and in step. So thank you for letting us know that, CJ. CJ.
Missy Elliott did it backwards like that, right? On her song.
Oh yeah. It's that, maybe chip and jam.
Yes, she did. What you all just said.
That whole thing.
Keep it going, CJ Flash.
Okay, give me just 1 second. I wanted. Oh, let's do this. This should be fun.
Okay.
Sound like a high school teacher.
Karen.
Presenting Earth, Wind, and I would be so willing to give you all I got. You're a special lady. Forget me not. I could be so tender. More than like you. Let my heart surrender. And love goes on.
This is called a melody, as 50 Cent says. Let's go.
Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life.
Little melody medley.
Listen, the comments are lit. Janine says she is loving this one. We want to shout out Dion. She said that is her jam, hands down.
Yes.
Okay, Alicia, she's like legendary band. So come on, CJ, you are just lighting up the internets.
Yes, Alicia said everybody should share the show, and you can still do that after with the replay, right?
Absolutely,
You share the replay, let people all across the country. We had somebody, what was homeboy from? Virginia?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he was in there, so
They're
come
all
on,
over the
come
country.
on. But look, let me go back to the first song that you played out of that, the Earth, Wind, and Fire. And can you imagine going to a show, you're waiting all week for this band to come out, and they start the show like that? And then they just start jamming and all. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's going to be a good night.
Absolutely.
You already got your money's worth from the first song, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, look, this was a very, very, very fun show. I hate for it to end, but, you know, CJ got to take care of his mom. Ryan got to take care of Onyx. I'm hungry as always, you know. So let's quickly go around the horn and see what everybody's doing. And then CJ, I know we got something special to end the
Can I
night
ask
with.
one question of the two
Yes.
geniuses over here, please? On Maurice White's solo record, what was the name? Yes, those two geniuses over there. The Maurice White's solo record. What was the name of that slow song? Was it I Need You?
Was it I Need You? Ooh.
He did do a rendition of Stand By Me.
Yeah, no, not that one. No.
I can go get the album for
Waiting
you.
Is Love.
Because it broke down in the middle, and it was
right.
And he has this really long note that he holds.
Right.
Was it I Need Love? Not LL Cool J's I Need Love, or
oh man.
Sorry, Tracy.
Thanks for bringing the show to a screeching halt, Russell. Thank you.
I'm trying to. These dudes know.
You couldn't wait
everything.
until after we were done.
No, I couldn't because these dudes know everything. So maybe I imagined this song, and the song doesn't even really exist.
The only song I can think of is "Waiting Is Love." If I believe that's the title.
Okay, we'll sidebar later.
Yeah,
please.
Is it I Need You?
That's it. That's the song.
Yeah, I Need You.
Yeah.
There it is. All right.
That genius has Google in her hand. Can you see it?
That's right. I actually have an Apple.
Thank you, Siri.
Listen,
Thank
millennials.
you, Siri.
Seriously, you're welcome.
All right, so look, let's quickly go around the horn and let everybody know what you're doing since we got such a captive audience tonight. It's a good chance. Brian, Nicole, let's start with you.
What am I doing? Oh, you know what? Tomorrow I'm on Broadway.
Nice.
Wait.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yes, tomorrow I'm on Broadway. Tomorrow is the first day of our show, Co-Founders, co-written by myself, Bo Lewis, and Adisha Adefela. And we'll be on Broadway on demand for 3 nights.
Nice.
Presenting in this festival, this long anticipated work we've been developing for the last couple of years. So yeah, that's what's up.
You're always working on
Wait,
something.
you just
And the
can't
earrings
just-
made it to the whole night.
Drop.
You just can't just drop that like that. Oh, me? Oh,
Drop the mic.
Right.
sorry.
Broadway.
I'm sorry. I'm at the International Space Station tomorrow. And, can you tell us a little bit more about it and how can we try to support you? What can we do?
Yeah, the National American Musical Theater Festival is an annual festival that happens. It's a precursor to getting every show on Broadway. So it's like a developmental thing that 800 plus producers come to check out, like what's hot, what's new, what should be put on Broadway. And so my show was picked out of about 375 shows. We got top 8 billing. We'll be showing like a 20-minute excerpt. The show will be up on Broadway on demand, and the link will be available on my website, MissRyanNicole.com, after this weekend. So come check me out.
How proud are we, guys?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
All right, now who wants to follow her?
I know.
I will be performing at the Sloss and Swap Meets this weekend.
You're on Broadway in Oakland. Oakland.
No. I can't do Broadway. I can't
14
follow that
Broadway.
Broadway. No, it's a virtual swap meet this weekend, and I'm in the there's a handbone competition, and I made the regionals. All right, so y'all come out and support me.
Wow.
All right, come out and support me. I got my thing. You know, I'm good at this. I'm about mine. All right.
Yes.
Oh, you're silly.
Okay. That's pretty close to what Ryan's doing.
That's
That's
what I'm
pretty.
trying to say. I'm just trying
That's
to
right up there.
look, it's me and her right here.
Yeah, yeah.
See this right here?
Yeah.
This is the alley of fame right here, right here.
Okay, this side
Don't
of the
leave me
room.
out. I'm gonna be pop locking on Shattuck somewhere in Berkeley.
Hey, come on.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Okay. All righty.
That one. That one.
D minor?
Dub?
No,
Come on. Come on. You got Foundation Reunion. What's up?
Okay. I just gotta say, first off, CJ, I lost my mind when you played Love Goes On. Okay, so thank you for playing that one, brother. That's the sleeper right there.
Yes,
but here at the station, KLW, as you can see in the back, here Monday through Fridays, doing afternoons, and bringing NPR and BBC
nice
programs to you. Let's Talk Music Sunday nights 8 to 9. Thomas J and D minor, and doing WEOA in Indiana, Evansville, Indiana. So check it out.
Nice.
Check it out on Instagram at D minor.
Evansville, Indiana. I played there before. That's the first place I went to a club and they had daycare. Yeah, dude. I cannot make this stuff up.
I don't think Russ is lying.
I swear to Jesus. I swear to Jesus. Dude. Okay. All right.
Well, you know what? I can't. I don't know. I have to take your word for it, bro. I don't know. You know, Tracy, you got anything other than the trip to Shattuck that you want to talk about? Or
I put the Ben Gay on my knees after trying to resurrect my breakdance career.
Yeah.
Listen, just come check me out. Plush Life Media. You know, I go live and it's super random. You know, again, I had Aaron.
I love your lives.
Huh?
I love your lives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I stay on your lives.
Oh, all right, come on, that's a lot. This music, man, you know, so no, we have a lot of
fun. Media all day.
Oh, bless your heart. So yeah, come check me out. You know, I have some things coming up, and it'll be in my timeline, all the announcements. So come holler. But what also is going to be in my timeline is a posting of Ryan Nicole being on Broadway. My sister on Broadway.
The posse's on Broadway.
Yeah, you got to send me the link. We'll put it up in the lounge too. You got to definitely put it up in the lounge too.
Absolutely. Y'all can
represent. CJ Russ, y'all want to talk about the Friday extravaganza?
Extravaganza. I can't say it. I'm not going to even attempt to say it. You have to say it, Russ. Say it. Say it, Russ.
The extravaganza.
There you go.
No, when you get pumped, you say it a little. There's a little bit more.
I do, but I couldn't follow. I couldn't follow Posse on Broadway because I'm mad because I didn't think about that. I couldn't follow that. I'm so mad. I'm usually right there. But I couldn't get that one out.
You were too busy ham-boning at the start.
You're right.
Ham-bone took you out.
Oh god. Yeah, if you guys don't know already, and I will tell you again, we hang out on Friday. We do a live broadcast on multiple platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Mixcloud, Periscope, and we just get it in. It's 4 hours of music, madness, laughter, energy, information, fun. You name it, we got it. It's just Russ gets down. I have to follow him, unfortunately, and so he makes me raise my bar every single time. And then we slug it out with the slow jam battle for the last half hour, and the slow jam battle is just ridiculous. You guys, and it's a very interactive show, so the chat rooms actually pick the topic, and we just go for it. We go back and forth, and Russ always drags me across the room. He pretends like he's not good at it in the beginning. He's like, CJ, man, that's a hard one, and then he ends up like the next 2 rounds beating me
because no. See, you can't go there.
That's
you can't go there. No. Well, I do. I gotta do that because after I follow, so I open up the show and I play everything that comes to my mind to play, and then CJ just kicks my feet out from underneath me the next hour and a half. And then the slow jam battle is my chance to redeem myself and remind everybody that I am a DJ and I do know a little something about music. So the slow jam battle is my chance to come back and say, "Oh, okay, all right, you are a big Russ." Okay, all right, okay.
It's a
I
great
enjoy it a
show.
lot. I like I say, I just turn on my computer in my lap and just let it go.
Yeah, we
I
have.
do other stuff while I'm doing it, and all that kind of thing. So I love it. The Friday extravaganza is worth your time. And like you were saying, especially that last half hour with the slow jam battle. So
Here we come.
It's Friday, 12
Yeah.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time now. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. on Mixcloud. That's Mixcloud/live/The World Famous Show, or twitch.tv/The World Famous, or our Instagram page, or our Facebook page, or Periscope, which is The World Famous Show.
We're also on www.hotdogwater.com. The stream is kind of sketchy, but it's
Flavor in your ear.
Yeah, it's good
But
stuff.
listen, CJ, the video component that you added to the show,
Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
is that part of what we can expect when we see you guys on Twitch and stuff like that? I loved it. Salute to you, sir.
Hell no.
You know,
We can't afford that.
Yes,
now we
there
got to
are-
do it on every show now. So
there are little sections that we do now with animation, but we haven't incorporated videos just yet. But it's coming. Believe me, we've been talking about this, and we're just trying to take it somewhere else because we just have to be different. We have to stay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just say that it's ironic. I'm just kind of embarrassed to say this, but I happen to be working where I'm doing radio in Florida while I'm dancing on Mission Street and DJing all at the same time. It's crazy how just all you guys things that you're doing.
Crazy.
I'm doing it too.
I'm
I'm doing them all.
All three of them, huh? At the same damn
At
time.
the same
I can
time.
remember this. It's embarrassing. I'm just hate to say it, but so
Right.
so look on mission. All right, so look, everybody, it's been a fantastic show. Thank you very much. Let me shout out my sponsors one more time because we're going to get some sponsors after this show tonight. IRTS Live is brought to you by United Players, Mr. Rudy Corpus. It takes a hood to save the hood, and lifelong medical care with Lucinda Bazell. They're offering high quality health, dental, and social services to all ages and incomes. If you would like to join us as a sponsor, please email me at info@irtsshow.com. We will be back next Tuesday with another show. I don't know, man. These last few weeks, we've been killing it. So we're going to have to bring it strong next week. So if you guys got some ideas for some shows that you think we should do,
Drop them.
drop it in the lounge. Let us know. Let us know. And so even if it's a segment, you too. Of course you. But even if it's a segment or something like that, it doesn't have to be the whole show. So if you got some ideas, somebody you think we'd like to feature, you'd like to see us feature, let us know.
Right.
And
so
can we all just give a standing ovation for my man CJ Flash?
CJ did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bravo. We're standing. Are we really standing?
I'm not wearing any pants, so I can't really stand. But,
Right. I don't want to overexpose.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't want y'all to see my Spanx.
Guys getting fired from shows for doing that kind of thing, so we can have that. But just know that you are loved, CJ. I know that this is your favorite group, and you brought it. You gave them all the respect they deserve. So
Thank you.
that's our Earth, Wind, and Fire show on IRTS Live. We will see you next week, folks. CJ, do that thing that you want to close the show out with. And we will, part one. I heard y'all, and so we'll see you next week. Go ahead.
Going out on the road with Ramsey, I found out that we used to play a lot of colleges, and all the kids in the college were my age.
Hold on, let this one play, and I'll close it out.
So I noticed that there was a void, and so I started having visions of this group that I could create this music for my age group, and music that would have some emotional value to it, spiritual overtones and things of that nature. The name Earth, Wind, and Fire came from astrological chart. Me sitting in the kitchen one day with the chart out in front of me, and I saw the elements, and I started to put the elements together. And I had earth in my chart, fire in my chart, and air. And I changed air to wind, and the rest is history.
At that time, coming up with a name for a band, calling it Earth, Wind, and Fire was totally against the grain. But what a creative stroke it was, because he not only had the name in mind, but he had a concept of what the energy was supposed to imply through the name.
Okay, this is it.
Love will always overcome the evil force. At the count of 4, we want you all to raise your hand to the sky, something like this. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, look here. I think you better get out of here. You know what I mean? Raise hell and raise. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you and good night. See y'all soon. Take care, y'all.